Hey guys, welcome back to Main Character Syndrome. I'm your host, the redhead, Alyssa, and joining me here today is a very special guest, Danielle Osborne. Hey Danielle.
Hello, happy to be here.
Happy to have you.
Excited. You're my first podcast.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
So we'll see how this goes today, and I probably won't have a future full career with this. But
excuse you have a future on television. You speak for a living.
Yeah, they are very different, and I don't think people understand that.
Well, please introduce yourself for those who might not know who you are.
Okay. I am Danielle Osborne. I'm actually a meteorologist. Love talking about storms all day long and pointing to a green screen all day. So kind of the green wall that people probably cannot really see behind us. It's kind of fitting for me, maybe a little bit fluffier than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
But when I am not at work, when I'm not at the lake, I enjoy reading and or really listening to books. I'm more of an audiobook kind of person.
I love audiobooks.
Yeah, it can be polarizing. Some people are like, that's not reading. And I'm like, I have a very busy life.
Some people really have a stick up their butt with some things like that. They're like, no, that's not reading. I'm like, you read books on a page. I listen to the book in my ears. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I find it so easy to get through a lot of books and enjoy them while I'm doing my makeup every morning, doing my hair, getting ready for work, when I'm driving to work, commute times.
Oh, audiobooks are great for commutes.
I don't know that I really listen to much music anymore, but of course I listen to Taylor Swift.
Oh, of course. And on the topic of Taylor Swift today, of course, she just introduced TTPD into the Paris Eras Tour, and I think it's there to stay.
I have FOMO.
I also have FOMO.
We went to the Kansas City show, and we got the reveal that night.
Yeah, we got Speak Now.
Yes, and that was exciting, and I thought, we rock.
I mean, Taylor Lautner did a backflip on stage, and Joey King was there as well, so I think we did pretty good.
It was incredible, but I'm like, darn, now I need to pay a lot of money again to go and see now this whole new set.
I have a confession.
What?
I'm going to go see her in Indianapolis in November.
Did you pay for those tickets?
Yes. It's not as great of seats as we did. The first time we went, we had floor seats, but now we're kind of like up on like second level.
I don't want to crap on the tickets that we got because they rocked. My husband, bless him, his name's Andrew. I might talk about him a couple different times.
Oh, go for it.
But I told him, I was like, Andrew, I need your credit card because he had the Capital One card.
Oh.
And I did not get like the pre-sale code.
I don't think anybody did. And if you did, you were so lucky and you should buy a lottery ticket.
Yes. So I was like, I need your credit card. I have to buy these tickets. So I waited forever and I kept refreshing. And it was just him and I going together. And every time I'd click a ticket, he'd be like, it's gone, it's gone. And I think that happened to so many people. So at one point I was just like, I stopped looking at what tickets they were. And I pressed on tickets and it's like, you got them. And they were VIP tickets. And I told my husband when I was checking out, I was like, well, I'm sorry, but you're about to see a very large charge on your card.
This is my Christmas present for like 4 years.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And he is a Swiftie. So he might deny it to his pals.
Yeah.
But he loved the show. And he goes, that was incredible. That was worth every penny. Danielle.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. 15, 20 out of 10. Like if you have the chance to go to the Eras Tour, go.
Yeah. I mean, she performs for like 4 hours.
It's crazy.
It's
now
insane.
she's added 8 more songs from the Tortured Poets department.
Well, she did take some out from what I heard.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. So she's removed some other songs from.
Oh, I don't know how you can do that. Like they're all so good. How do you choose?
Right. I haven't like seen which one she pulled out exactly, but I did see like she removed a couple from several different sets. So
it'll be interesting to see how she incorporated the Tortured Poets department because it's not just surprise songs. It's like a full choreography. It's all the sets. It's special effects. Like there is so much going on.
I mean, she's been planning this for a long time.
She's a mastermind.
It's insane. She is quite the artist, and she is the GOAT.
She is the GOAT. She is the MVP. She is amazing. We were talking about this on the show. And if you didn't know what my job was, if you're new to listening here, I'm a local lifestyle TV host. And we were having a chat today on the show. And they were like, which celebrities would you choose to be a presidential candidate. And I was like, Taylor Swift. Some people were like, Oprah, George Clooney.
Ooh, that's a great choice. People, it's like a generic question. Everyone's like, if you could have dinner with someone, who would it be? So maybe not the president, but I have always wanted to meet Will Ferrell.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
And my husband asked me the other day, he was like, well, would you rather meet Taylor Swift or Will Ferrell?
Oh.
I was like, that's really mean of you to ask.
Yeah, you cannot ask me that. Why can't I have both?
My answer was Will Ferrell, but I do love Taylor Swift as well. And if I was in a room with both of them and like plus many more idols of mine, I think I'd just be the happiest girl alive.
Oh, I know. I mean, if I could just pick her brain for an hour or 15 minutes, like she's a genius when it comes to marketing, all those Easter eggs that she puts in her music videos, her songs, her outfits at different events. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's incredible. I couldn't imagine just how much time and effort she puts into it. I mean, she makes it look and seem effortless, but yeah, quite literally a mastermind.
Well, and then we find out she can do it all with a broken heart.
Oh,
that was so rough when I saw that.
Yes. I think so many people can relate to that. And even this past Sunday, I could relate to that. You kind of asked me, maybe like what is like my main character moment of the week?
Yes, because that's what we like to do on this podcast. Since it is main character syndrome, I do like to ask people, what was your main character moment? So do tell.
My main character moment did involve me crying and having a broken heart. I was the main character on Mother's Day. Oh. And I am not a mother. I am a dog mom. But on Mother's Day, we were at the lake with Andrew's parents, and we were finishing up. We were getting out of the boat. And we were going fishing, and the boat was docked. And I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus, but my phone fell in the lake.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
How deep was the lake?
Well, we were at the dock, but we thought it was like 12 feet. It ended up being 30 feet deep.
Oh my gosh.
And my phone fell that deep. No. I lost it. Like everyone's like nowadays, your life is on your phone.
100%.
And I have a lot of very special like texts, pictures on my phone.
Your wedding pictures. You just got married.
Wedding pictures. Not to be morbid, but my parents are both dead. So I have like those text messages between them. And so my phone was in the lake and I just lost it. I was like bawling. I was crying. And anyways, after a while, Andrew's parents were like, okay, we're going to call a diver. And
really?
Called a diver, and a diver came out. He's like, I'll be there in an hour. He comes, he dives under the dock, gets my phone, pulls it out. You would not believe it. It works.
No way.
Works. An hour under the dock in the water, 30 feet deep. He pulls it out of the water, and I just wanted to like get my SIM card, see if I could like recover anything. No, it completely worked.
That's the one that you have right now.
It's the one I have right now. Like
so crazy.
Right in front of me.
Which iPhone is it?
It's an iPhone 12.
Okay.
Sponsor me.
Yeah. Sponsor us, Apple. Yes. So that's kind of the thing. I also threw it. Well, I didn't throw it. My friend, I'm also blaming someone else, threw it over the side of a pontoon when we were at the sandbar and threw it overboard. And the iPhone 12 was sitting at the bottom of the lake and someone just plucked it out of the water and our selfie that we took was still on it.
That's insane.
It's amazing. So they are water resistant, sometimes waterproof. I think they can go to like so many feet before they don't work anymore.
12 or 15 feet. Yeah. So I thought I was pushing the edge at that. And then the diver was like, oh no, this is 30 feet deep. I'm about to jump into.
That's crazy.
But yeah, where I went from I could do this with a broken heart is I was like, I cry a lot, but I am so productive. I cried so much that day. And at the end of the day, I was like, wow, I'm so tired. And Andrew's like, you cry a lot, but you're so productive, Danielle.
We love Andrew. He's such a Swiftie.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's crazy how the diver actually came out and helped you.
Yeah. Like got there within an hour. It was insane. And it was Mother's Day. It was a Sunday. And so, not a lot happens here in the Ozarks.
Yeah, no kidding.
So he came out fast and it was like relatively cheap, a lot cheaper than a new phone.
Oh, so you do pay him?
You do pay them.
Interesting.
This is his job.
But he can go and take things out of the water.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
It was only $150.
That's, I mean, for your phone, that's probably what,
Yeah,
1,200? Yeah.
So
worth
saved
it.
us a lot of money.
Worth it. I do have some sunglasses at the bottom of Table Rock Lake, though, that I would like back.
I have a hat. It takes a lot.
It does. So you can do it with a broken heart, and so can a lot of other people. So what I want to do today to get this into more of a book discussion is basically categorize ACOTAR characters, A Court of Thorns and Roses characters with the Torture Poets department.
Yeah, this is a great idea.
Are you ready?
Fun with this. I am. I'm interested to hear your thoughts too.
I think we'll probably have kind of the same idea.
Maybe.
But then again, plot twist, you kind of are a Tamlin apologist.
Oh, don't say that. People are going to hate me.
No, there are so many people that have different perspectives, though, and I love it.
He's so toxic and abusive, which is never okay. But I don't know. I am like, I'm a sympathizer with him, and like kind of sometimes with a lot of villains, because you're like, I know you had to go through like a lot to be this broken of a person. Yeah. But yeah, Tamlin, he's a character, all right.
Well, and trauma is real. That's what people are kind of forgetting, is he watched the love of his life crumble and break and die in front of him without being able to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, he's an interesting character, and I throughout the series, I feel like he should have had more of a role later on in some of the later books. Like, I wish we got more from him, rather than it just being like, oh, he's like roaming around the spring court.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting how he's like this beast who's just like butthurt.
Yeah,
a butthurt beast.
Yeah. So I have him with the song Down Bad.
Oh, okay.
I put him with that, and Robin, which I have maybe listened to the song Robin like once or twice.
Yeah, it's not my favorite on the soundtrack.
But there are a few lines in there that I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like Tamlin. It's like a hate song, I think. So it's like, okay, yeah, you suck.
Yeah, you suck. So if we're gonna go with Tamlin, I wasn't very nice. So it's my boy only breaks his favorite toys. Because, I mean,
yeah, exactly.
It's pretty evident. And then smallest man who ever lived.
Yep. Like any bad song in this album that totally disses a man.
Yeah.
Like, definitely Tamlin.
Yeah, definitely Tamlin. Sorry, Tam. And then I'm going to get you back, because at the end of According to Mist and Fury, he tries to get his girl back.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one to add in there. And I kind of went that way, I feel like, with a lot of different characters. Like, it's like, oh, it could be this. It could be this song, depending on which book and, what phase they're at in their relationship.
Oh, there's like so many that I tied to different characters. Like Nesta, I connected to Down Bad.
Yeah, she's a good one too. I have Nesta at Who's Afraid of Little Old Me.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because everyone's kind of terrified of her. But that could also be for Amryn too. I didn't really have one for Amryn. So I was like, I think that one could be her.
I didn't know with Amryn, because we don't really know much about her.
But then they're like, oh, well, she can end the entire world.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
And then Nesta's just like, she's mean.
She's mean. Yeah. Nesta is a little bit of a baddie.
Yeah.
A mean baddie. I thought Valaris could be Florida.
Yes.
So it's like, Florida, Valaris.
Yeah, we should just switch out the lines now every time we sing that song.
I think I'm never going to be able to think of it the same.
Yeah, I'm from Florida. Like, that's where I grew up. And so it's funny to listen to that song.
I bet. Now you can just be like, Florida.
It's one hell of a drug.
Yeah, it is. It is. And so is Valaris. Okay, Feyre.
Ironically, I kind of struggled a bit with her.
Did you?
I have her as I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
Okay.
But it also kind of depends on which book you're in. I put her with that song because of, like, I was thinking of like the wedding where like after, you know, she went under the mountain, came back out, and just everything I feel like changed, and she got kind of depressed, and she's like, I don't think I want this really anymore. So that's kind of why I put her with that.
I could see that because she also, while she has a broken heart and it's healing, while she's with Rhysand, she's fighting. She's learning her magic. She's learning how to read and write. So she can do it with a broken heart.
Yeah.
I did So Long London.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was like when she's writing her little letter to Tamlin.
Ooh,
yeah, and she's like, so long, Tammy. You
it's
have
over.
messed up for the last time.
Yep.
But Daddy, I love him in A Court of Thorns and Roses because she's kind of just like to Nesta almost, but Nesta, I love him.
Yes.
And she wants to go under the mountain to save him because she loves him. And also, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me?
Yeah, I feel like that could be with a lot of characters.
It could. You could do Nesta, you could do Elaine, especially Elaine with Wings and Ruin because of how she stabs Hybern.
Yeah.
How she's just like this obsolete character up until the third book, and all of a sudden she's stabbing Hybern.
And like, I hate that they give that credit completely to Nesta for killing him. I'm like, I'm sorry, Elaine?
Yeah.
Elaine just jumped out of nowhere and was like, I'm here.
Yeah.
You
dead. Saw Game of Thrones, right?
Yes.
It reminds me of the time when the little one stabs the Ice King out of nowhere.
Yes.
All right. Elaine.
I hate it here.
That could be Nesta too in Silver Flames because she absolutely hates her life.
Yeah. I just think of like Elaine in like her completely depressed state and just like, I mean, she went through something traumatic, so it's totally understandable, but you know, you just kind of want to shake her. You're like, come on, this is your reality.
Give
now.
us some life, Elaine. Give us something from your character because you're getting us absolutely nothing.
But she absolutely hates her life.
She does. And I mean, she's traumatized. She broke up with Grayson, or Grayson broke up with her because she turned Fae. But yeah, I would say I hate it here. It's pretty spot on.
Did you have that one with her?
I had Who's Afraid of Little Old Me.
Yep.
Because of how she stabbed Hybern. Okay, Rhysand.
I went kind of two different ways. Fresh out the slammer.
Ooh.
Because, you know, she jumps from Tamlin to Rhysand. And then, of course, the alchemy.
Oh, yes, the alchemy. I forgot about that one.
That's probably my favorite song on the album. But I've like been in my like lover album era for a long time right now.
Are you a lover girly?
I'm a lover girly.
I love lover, but I am also a reputation girly, and I cannot wait for that new album Vault track to come out.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. But yeah, like the alchemy just gives me like that like lover era vibe. So.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful song. And of course, it's about Travis Kelce.
Of course.
So I'm a hopeless romantic. And so anything that I can take out of that song, I'm like, oh, that's cute.
Yep. And like main character syndrome, I like just think about myself in all of these songs.
Yes, exactly. Especially I can do it with a broken heart. I was like, this is me. This is me to a T. Like I cry a lot, but I'm so productive.
I'm so depressed, but I act like it's my birthday.
Exactly. That's what I did on my birthday. I was like, I can act like it's my birthday every day.
Every day.
Every day.
We should all do that now.
We should.
Treat yourself every day.
Because as we say, every day is a main character day.
Exactly.
Okay, Asriel.
Asriel. So high school.
Oh.
Because he has like that high school kind of love for more. Like it just like reminds you like it's so childish, like how he won't approach her or like kind of address it and like runs away from that. And I was like, yeah, that reminds me of high school.
Yeah, that could definitely be Asriel. It also could be Cassian because it's also kind of a little childish as well. For Asriel, I put The Prophecy because it's time for him to have his love story because he has been pining for more for so long. He's like, please change the prophecy into where I get the love.
Yeah.
But Mort doesn't like him like that. And that's okay. But I want my little cinnamon roll Azriel to be happy.
Yeah, I am very interested to see what happens between this kind of weird triangle between Elaine, Azriel, and Lucian. Because I don't know,
Ooh.
listening to the book, I always like felt like there was like this weird connection between Elaine and Azriel. So I'm like, I don't know, is there going to be some type of mating fight?
I don't know. I mean, I get it. Lucian is her mate. And I've said this on this podcast, but I don't think he's the one for Elaine. I think Elaine needs a manly man.
You don't think Lucian's a manly man?
Not really, especially the way that he acted after A Court of Mist and Fury.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me.
He needs a
By the
comeback.
way, you're my mate after you have just been traumatized.
Yeah. Like, what? Poor timing.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. It's fine. That's exactly what Lucian is. He's like the little puppy dog who is just so stupid.
Yeah. I have him with the song I Can Fix Him.
Me too. Because of Tamlin?
Yeah, because of Tamlin. And then, like, you know, he kind of wants to fix Elaine too.
Yeah.
I feel like he just wants to, like, fix everyone.
Yeah, he seems like quite the fixer. So he can fix Tamlin, or maybe he could fix Feyre and he could change her mind to like Tamlin again.
Yeah. He's a tryhard.
Yeah, he's very much so. I would agree. Cassie and I also did the alchemy.
Oh, yeah. I went kind of silly with this one. I look in people's windows.
Oh, that's a good one. That could be Azriel because he's a shadow singer.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Yeah. Could be both of them.
But like I thought about how in Silver Flame, Cassian like following Nesta back to her house.
He was a little stalkerish.
Yeah, it was a little stalkery.
That's okay.
But it's
he
okay.
Loved her.
We all look in people's windows when we drive by.
Because when we love people, we're so obsessed. We look in their windows.
Exactly.
Did you have anything for more?
Yes. So she was kind of hard. But thinking about her story, her backstory, I did Loss of My Life.
Oh, that's a good one. You could also argue that for Elaine as well.
Yes, that's a good one too.
Because she lost Grayson. But yeah, more would be a good one for that. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Yeah. Because she's so upbeat and peppy and she just wants to be everyone's friend, but she's also a little sassy. But she's been through the ringer.
Yeah. I feel like you just described me.
Because you're the main character.
Yeah. I feel like out of all of the characters in ACOTAR, I'm like, that's more. That's me.
That is sometimes more. You are more. You're blonde.
Kind of a fake one. But, but I was thinking about that, you know. What do we do in the shower? We think about books.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about it and I was like, you know, if they make this into a show or a movie, what character am I going to get cast for?
Yeah.
Even though I'm not an actress.
What character would I be? Obviously, I would be, you know, maybe Amarantha. Sad to say, but she's the only ginger that I can think of. So
I was like, well, I'm most like more. I'm like short but mighty. And then that made me think about Fourth Wing too. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I could be Violet also.
You're Violet.
I'm short.
I feel that because I'm like, I am Bryce Quinlan from Crescent City series because she's a redhead. She's spunky. She's fun. And I can also be the Little Mermaid because she's Ariel and she's redhead as well.
Yeah.
But anytime I look at anybody with red hair, like Daphne and Scooby-Doo, I'm like, that is me. That is my character.
Exactly.
Like Sam from freaking Totally Spies on the Cartoon Network. Like, that's me.
Oh, man. I love Sam.
That was my favorite show ever.
I forgot about that.
Never did. That was one of my nostalgic childhood favorites.
I was a big fan of Sailor Moon.
Ooh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was the cute outfits.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'd be weird if I put one of those on now, kind of.
There you go. Be Sailor Moon for Halloween.
Ianthe. I think this one's obvious. It has to be Thank You, Amy.
That too. So I put Thank You, Amy for Amarantha.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do her.
So Ianthe would be Thank You, Amy as well. I also did Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. She's just an icky character.
Oof. I got a bad feeling from her as soon as they introduced her. I was like, yeah, that's a bad person.
She'll do anything to climb to the top or climb into someone's bed.
Like, to get to the top.
And it's just, she's just creepy.
Yeah. She's just like so cringy and like just manipulative.
Yeah. I've said this before. It's interesting that Sarah J. Maas had women as predators in this series. Amarantha, Ianthe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's great. I didn't really ever think about that.
Yeah, you don't until you're like, Amarantha used Rhysand for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Ianthe is trying to get with Lucian forcefully.
Yeah, and then she also tried to get with Rhysand, and then kind of, I think she maybe knew that getting with Tamlin wasn't going to kind of work.
Yeah.
But knew that she could like manipulate their friendship, at least in that way.
Yeah, there was a point where I was like, you two deserve each other, Tamlin. You can have Ianthe.
Yeah, I was so happy when she died.
Yeah,
me too. When the Weaver got her, I was like, oh, bless you, Weaver.
I know. I was like, this is so poetic. Like, Ianthe just getting torn apart by the Weaver. Like, good job, Sarah J. Maas.
Bless you.
All right. I think that's all. Did you do Tarquin?
No.
I didn't either.
No, I didn't.
I didn't do Amarin either because I had no idea. Did you? We talked about Rhysand.
Yes.
I did the Albatross for Rhysand.
Yes, that's a good one.
So I don't know. I just kind of thought he was very Albatross vibe because he's kind of like this dark villain who, like, according to Tamlin, steals the maiden in the dead of night, even though it was during the day.
I haven't listened to that one as much either. I feel like whenever I listen to an album, I'll listen to the whole thing once and then like immediately just kind of like quickly, and then I listen to those songs like
I know.
on repeat.
Do you know how many times I've listened to I Can Do It With a Broken Heart or Guilty as Sin?
Yeah. Weren't you in like the top whatever
the top 10%
of the listeners for Tortured Poets?
I was. I got that notification on Spotify and I was like, I can die happy. I have made it.
You made it. I think I was far from it, but yeah, I like listening to, let's see, my favorite's The Alchemy, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. I like The Black Dog.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
But I mean, I don't know the whole backstory behind that, but I can relate to, you left your location on.
Yeah. Well, The Black Dog is actually a bar in London that they used to go. And after the song came out, they got slammed.
I could believe it. I kind of want to go there.
It's the Taylor Swift effect.
Yeah. Oh, I also really like Guilty as Sin.
I know. Isn't it beautiful?
It is. It's like kind of dirty in a sense. You're like, are you thinking about another man while you're in a relationship? Kind of icky.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, that's a really nice song.
Yeah.
I like it.
A lot of them, Guilty as Sin is just really beautiful. And I love the melody of it. So that one has been on repeat in my car. Every time I get in, I'm like, oh, Guilty as Sin.
Yep.
Florida too is just kind of fun to listen to. But yeah, it was kind of interesting. When TTPD came out, everybody was speculating that it was about Joe Alwyn, when really it came out and it was like, oh, there's like drugs involved. Like, this is also Maddie Healy. And then Maddie Healy's aunt came out and was like, basically, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. And then wasn't she like, oh, like she's a great artist, or like, I'm sure it's great, or something like that.
And it's like, Maddie knows what he did.
Yeah.
Like, he knows he screwed up.
Yeah, crashed and burned. You messed up, bro.
Yes, he did. Like, look what you passed up.
Yeah, but I mean, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift's here in Missouri.
I know.
We need to run into her.
Oh man, should we just go and move to Kansas City and just like roam around all over the places?
Probably. I mean, that is kind of stalker-ish. I look in people's windows, but
why not? I mean, apparently it's okay.
Yeah, she does it. We all do it.
And in books, it's fine.
I just moved into a new neighborhood, and I make sure my windows are closed.
Yes. I live on a 4th floor of an apartment, and I always keep my windows closed.
I'm just driving through the neighborhood, and I'm like, oh, they're eating dinner right now.
Yeah.
I wonder what they're having.
Yes, exactly. And I'm that terrified person that's like, someone's probably going to take a drone and like drive it up to my apartment and like look through my windows and see what I'm doing when I'm literally just eating chips on my couch watching Suits. Which is my new obsession, by the way. And I either want to be with a lawyer or be a lawyer. So if you have any more songs that relate to ACOTAR characters or even fictional characters in general, because I would say Dane Atos could also be the smallest man in the that ever lived.
Don't even get me started on Dane.
We will talk about Dane when we talk about Fourth Wing. I will leave you guys with these parting words. To the readers who listen, we'll see you later.